Hi, hello. I want to address a video that I made yesterday really quickly and like just the way I kind of worded things. So yesterday I was just talking about like what it was like growing up in the autistic special ed program as a kid, because I was in that program for like preschool and elementary school. I had an aide up until 3rd grade. So just a little bit of context. First off, all your comments were so nice and validating. I also just saw some comments about some of the like wording I used, and I wanted to address that. This is not me trying to enable anything, but you know, when you're like really mean to yourself and you're like, I would never describe anyone else that way, but like because you're hard on yourself, you would do it to yourself. Do you know what I mean? So I basically was like, I used fully autistic, like, oh, I don't know if I'm fully autistic. And I would never, ever in my life tell someone, you don't seem fully autistic. But obviously we're really mean to ourselves. So that came out. And then I also said I have bad ADHD. I would never call anyone else's ADHD bad, but I am really mean to myself. And I don't want like to normalize that. And I don't want anyone that feels the same way as me to speak about themselves in the same way. So I'm so sorry like that kind of harshness I have on myself came out, and I just want you to know like I would never ever feel that way about any other person. But please, if you are also not a neurotypical person, like do not talk to yourself that way, like, and I would never want that for you. And also like I want to hopefully start, and honestly a lot of your comments were so nice that maybe like, I mean, I don't need outside validation, but it was just nice. Like, I don't really have a community of people I relate to. So it was really nice to see a lot of people relating to me. And maybe that's like, buddy, the start of my journey when it comes to my own self-acceptance, you know? Like, I gotta be nicer to myself for sure, because I don't want anyone to feel like that is an okay thing to do, like talk to themselves in that way, especially about things that I like cannot control about myself. Honestly, if anyone has tips for getting past like internalized shame about growing up in the special ed program, having their brain just work differently than others, that would be really helpful, because it's hard for me. There's so much conversation and community and acceptance around not being a neurotypical person online, and it like almost confuses me, because where I grew up with it in the early 2000s in that program, there was a lot of shame around it. Even I have trauma with some aides, and like I'm trying to really grow and feel more love for myself when it comes for that. So like if you have any advice, let me know. Okay, bye.